These days I have been busy discussing the US election issues and neglected my goddess Palki Sharma, which made many old viewers dissatisfied. So I opened Palki's homepage and found that my goddess went to Northern Europe to interview Finnish President Alexander Stubb. Indian netizens gave high praise to this and praised Palki's professionalism while expressing respect for Alexander Stubb. However, after studying it, I discovered some interesting things. Palki retweeted the Finnish president's post on her X account, and the content was exactly this interview video. To ensure I did not cherry-pick comments, I screenshot an entire section. The first comment said, "That's why we need to start sending Indians back home. We don't want to drain India of its precious, highly skilled demographic." Yes, friends, it is obvious that Finns have no good feelings toward the Bharat Empire, let alone friendship. The second comment said, "But another extremist, clearly dissatisfied with the Finnish president." The third said, "Please invite them into your country like Canada, UK, and Australia, and watch them destroy the fabric of society with their filth, greed, pervertedness, and selfishness." I must admit that immigrants from the Bharat Empire have indeed caused widespread dissatisfaction globally. The fourth said, "Sorry, but there is nothing of substance in you." Clearly, this Finnish president is not so recognized by netizens. Or perhaps he was implicated by Palki. After all, my goddess's exclusive interview video with Macron also led to Macron being wildly mocked by netizens because Palki said, "I gave you higher visibility." In the future, Western leaders must be cautious when facing Palki. You may become a target of Indian haters because of one interview. The fifth comment said, "Indian will never become a power. Superpower is out of question." He also gave two reasons. Although I often mock India, I do not understand why in the English-speaking world, India's reputation is so bad. Except for Indians themselves, I have never seen any supporters of India. The sixth comment obviously came from a MAGA, globalist scum. Clearly, while MAGA criticizes globalism, they forget that media giants like X, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube rely on the global ecosystem to survive. The seventh comment should be from a Pakistani American. President Stubb's next superpower statement will go down in history as one of the dumbest statements ever made by a world leader. Embarrassment and harsh history awaits. Well, in the future, no leader should casually say that India is the next superpower. Because this big talk has been spread for decades, and netizens are tired of it. In fact, if you casually scroll through the comments, it is not difficult to find that under Modi's leadership, the Bharat Empire has become a global orphan. Not only do developing countries like China, Brazil, and ASEAN dislike India, Western netizens also generally dislike India. Not to mention, at the government level, the US is humiliating India with unprecedented intensity. So Palki, for the dilemma India faces internationally today, the Gaudy media you represent bears great responsibility. The interview video can be seen on First Post's YouTube channel as well as the Finnish president's X account. They are all some hypocritical pleasantries. Alexander Stubb flattered India as a superpower and an important force. But Palki was not satisfied with this. She must make Stubb say words supporting India. She directly asked Stubb whether the US increasing sanctions on India because of purchasing Russian oil interferes with India's right to independent choice. She also did not forget to remind that China is the country that buys the most Russian oil. But Stubb said he is just the president of a small country and cannot give India specific advice. Moreover, he clearly stated that Finland will not be an enemy of Russia and join NATO for self-protection. I think Palki is crazy. Even if India does not buy Russian oil, as long as it does not accept US trade blackmail, Trump will still humiliate India. The US strikes India not because of Russia, but because Modi has no cards in hand. Trump needs political achievements. He cannot gain advantages from Xi Jinping, so he chose to humiliate Modi. The whole world knows the truth, but who is willing to say it in front of the interview camera? Besides, with Finland's national influence, even if Stubb supports India, supports the US, and suggests NATO and the EU sanction China, does it mean anything? This is like when you are beaten by the #1 bully in the class. You go ask a little girl whether the bully is immoral and question why the bully does not go beat another bully. Even if the little girl tells you that you are wronged, does it mean anything? Does the bully need a special reason to beat you? He just likes to bully others. Palki also pressed on UN reform. India must enter the Security Council permanently, and Stubb directly nodded, fully support. Yes, I suggest Palki interview leaders of countries like Kiribati, Tonga, Nauru. Maybe they also support India becoming a permanent member, if Palki can find these countries on the map. Without China's agreement, India will never become a permanent member of the Security Council. China's national interests are higher than Indian self-esteem. India must make major interest concessions to China to exchange for more international space. Otherwise, rare earth sanctions, technology blockades, and raw material embargoes are just appetizers. When China resolves the Taiwan issue or needs to practice troops next time, India will become the target. According to Trump's attitude toward Modi, India's status is not even that of a watchdog. Will the master allow the watchdog to eat at the same table with him? Does India need these vanities and titles now? Without the strength of a superpower, can wanting the vanity of a superpower solve problems? Even if India becomes a permanent member of the Security Council, will the US and China stop mocking and striking India? How did I predict in my video a month ago? Modi fears China-US negotiations the most, because once China and the US stop fighting, Modi and India will fall into unprecedented embarrassment. By the way, I forgot a very important prediction. At the beginning of the year, I bet with netizens of the Bharat Empire that India absolutely cannot achieve manned spaceflight this year. ISRO is a notoriously lying institution. Those who accused me of jealousy toward the technological strength of the Bharat Empire, please come out and state your position. There is more than a month left. How are your astronauts preparing to enter space? Continue buying tickets from Americans to display the Indian flag? Or next time, when setting off fireworks, tie the astronauts on top and send them into space?